Okay, I have never played Genshin Impact before, but I have heard of it. I know a decent amount through cultural osmosis. I know that it's a free-to-play game, which is not great. So far, whenever I hear a game is free-to-play, that kind of sets my expectations pretty low. And I also know it's a gacha game, which sets my expectations even lower. I've heard it has relatively predatory monetization. Well, maybe that's not true. Maybe it's just that it's a gacha game that's redundant. I've heard that the gameplay is actually pretty good. Despite all of that, it's kind of unfortunate that it's packaged in this free-to-play bubble. And without relitigating something I've talked about on stream for a very, very long time, I hate this word. I will use it here to be as charitable as possible to people who enjoy this. I know it's a waifu game. I hate that word. It like makes my skin crawl. Makes bile want to rise out of my throat. That is, in short, an anti-sell for me for the game. So the well's pretty poisoned for me on Genshin Impact. I'm going to do my best to give it a fair shake here. Having not played it before, I don't want to just judge it without having tried it before. But let's go ahead and give it a try. So many games that would be otherwise great if they weren't free to play. Yeah.
So, what you're trying to say is that you fell here from another world?
Oh, God, it really makes my skin crawl anytime anyone says it.
But when you wanted to leave and go on to the next
it didn't seem like
world,
a controller was supported on the title screen.
your path was blocked by some unknown god?
Outlanders, your journey ends here.
I've also heard that it, like, looks like Breath of the Wild.
The sustainer of heavenly principles.
I don't know what the connection to Breath of the Wild is. The game's a bit loud. I'm going to turn it down a bit here. Let me know if it's too loud or quiet when I start playing. Select a twin. Does it not let me use a controller until partway through play? It's not recognizing my controller here. It's just a regular Xbox controller. I would definitely prefer to use a controller, but it doesn't seem to want to let me use mine. Maybe there's a different menu when you actually get into gameplay. We're just playing this for about an hour today to get kind of a first impression, see if people want to keep it on subblock in the future.
No! Give my sister back!
The god took away my sister. Okay.
The god took away my sister. Some kind of seal was cast upon me, and I lost my power. So while we used to travel from world to world, we are now trapped here.
Oh, God.
How many years ago was it? I don't know. But I intend to find out. When I woke, I was all alone.
Game does
until
look
I
pretty
met
good.
you 2 months ago.
I like the color palette.
Really owes you for that. Otherwise, Paimon likely would have drowned. So Paimon will do her best to be a great guide. We should head off. Let's get going.
The game, like, completely online? Like, am I just gonna run into other players? That's not something I'm not familiar with. Controls, controller. Okay. Go. Yeah, I guess I didn't get this menu until now. The A button is cancel. Whatever. I'll get used to it. Pretend like it's playing the Nintendo game. B to attack. Fate point, okay. I have to like press confirm to get it to work. Okay.
The path ends here. Guess we'll just have to climb.
Okay, so
Climbing
this
depletes
is why
stamina, and
I've heard it
depleted
compared to Breath of the
stamina
Wild.
takes time to recover. Okay, let's take the route we planned. We're off to a statue of the seven. Which of the seven are you looking for exactly?
I have inventory limits that I have to worry about. Trying to find the button to confirm this here. A dull blade. Sunsetia, restore 300 HP.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool vista. Always a fan.
That's a statue of the seven. There are a few of these statues scattered across the land to show the seven's protection over the world. Among the seven gods, this god controls the wind. Paimon's not sure whether the god you're looking for is the animal god, but Paimon will take you to the animal god's place first, and there's the reason why. As we all know, poetry and language flow like the wind. There'll definitely be someone there who knows about your sister. At least that's what Paimon thinks. Whether the gods actually answer you is a different story. You never know unless you try. So let's hop to it.
This game is originally in Chinese, is that right? I played a few good Chinese games. We did that one art game for mobile and Gunfire Reborn. I haven't played a lot that gets localized in the West, though.
You can swim right over.
Several different Chinese devs, right on. That's cool. The voice lines feel a bit rushed to like match the lip flaps or whatever, but other than that, it seems fine so far. The in-game text has a nice font that, you know, matches the game
Did
style.
you just feel the elements of the world?
Sure did.
Seems all you had to do was just touch the statue and you got the power of Animo. As much as they may want it, people in this world can never get a hold of powers as easily as you.
This can't be good.
It's a bit rude to say that about the power the gods just gave you. If we keep heading west from here, we'll eventually reach Marstead, the city of freedom. Marstead is the city of wind
Yeah.
because they worship the god of Animo. So perhaps, because you got power from the god of Animo, you can find some clues there. There are also lots of bards there, so perhaps one of them has heard news of your sister.
Yeah, exactly, Serp, I know.
Let's move then.
It's a weird thing to point out immediately. It's like, oh, how good's the localization? No, the fonts look pretty clean. But yeah. I like Gunfire Reborn a lot, but the game has some polish issues when it comes to like text. Okay. Charge elemental skill.
Windblade!
That's on a cooldown, it looks like. Alright.
Disappear!
These are the animal powers you got from the Statue of the Seven.
So does this have pause healing, or when you heal, are you not actually pause? Are you like taking up time? That seems kind of cool. Earthbound had to spend a ton of time, but a huge part of the Earthbound localization was getting the font right. Like, it's harder than it sounds. You're not building the game from the ground up for multiple languages. Whoa, that's cool.
Wow, what is that? There's something huge in the sky! It's headed towards the heart of the forest! We must proceed with caution.
I'll keep this close.
Right.
Combat feels pretty good. This is just making me increasingly sad that this is a gacha game. And they make a version of it that's like, just pay $60 and get the game.
A reward on the road.
It's a lot of loot spam though. Let's try to ignore it for now. Character EXP material. I would pay $60. It's higher quality than is typical.
Huh? Look at that!
Don't be afraid. It's all right now. I'm back.
Is he talking to a dragon?
Who's there?
Fisco?
Pretty neat.
That was close. Paimon almost got blown away. Luckily, Paimon managed to grab hold of your hair. Thanks.
Yeah. That's what bothers me. I think that, like,
Just what was
the free-to-play model
Paimon thought we were gonna
corrupts the way that you design the actual game. So even if there's something really good in there,
Something
like,
to
it
do with that
diminishes
weirdo
it.
who was
It bums me
talking to the
out.
dragon.
Talking to dragons normal?
Of course not. Oh, what's that? There's some kind of shiny red thingy on the big rock over there. Let's go take a closer look. Be careful. Paimon doesn't have a good feeling about this. Paimon's never seen a stone like this before, so Paimon can't tell what it is. All Paimon knows is that it's dangerous. Best we put it away for now. Okay, we've got it. Now let's get out of here.
Yeah. Sucks. I was actually really shocked that Gunfire Reborn was just a buy-to-play game. At least last time I played it, it didn't have any kind of, like, monetization. And, like, I probably could have done some skins at least, right?
May the Animo God protect you, stranger. I am Amber, outrider for the Knights of Favonius. You don't look like citizens of Mondstadt. Explain yourselves.
Well, we're not looking for trouble.
That's what all the troublemakers say. Doesn't sound like a local name to me. And this mascot, what's the deal with it?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, we've only been traveling partners for 2 months, but we've already become the very best of friends.
So to sum it up, you're traveling partners, right? Well, look, there's been a large dragon sighted around Mondstadt recently. Best you get inside the city as soon as possible. It's not far from here. I'll escort you there.
Oh, aren't you out here for some other reason?
I am, but not to worry. I can keep you both safe while doing that too. Besides, I'm still not sure if I can trust you two just yet.
Why so suspicious?
Oh, I'm sorry. Probably not something I should say as a knight. I give you my apologies, strange yet respectable travelers.
That sounded so fake.
Yeah, I
Do you
agree,
have
Ternan.
something against the type of language usage prescribed by the Knights of Favonius Handbook? Outrider Amber, reporting for duty. Just say the word if you ever need my help.
Boy, 4 stars. Okay. Oh, that's kind of interesting. You control multiple characters.
So, suspicious travelers, what are you doing in Mondstadt?
He got separated from his sister during a really, really long journey. Paimon is his travel buddy, helping him to find his sister.
Oh, looking for your family? Huh.
The more cool stuff in this game I encounter, like the sadder it's making
Let
me.
me finish my other stuff first. and then
I
can
almost
help you
wish
put a
that it
poster
was
through
like
the
it had
city.
no redeeming qualities
What
whatsoever.
exactly is it you need to finish doing first?
It's simple. You'll understand in a bit.
A hilichurl.
Quick, get it!
It's just the character screen. This is like an event that's happening right now. Okay. I don't know why selecting stuff is giving me a problem here. Artifacts. Oh boy. Okay. No artifacts available for this slot. It's just like random crap that I found so far. I'm just not going to worry about it for right now. Constellation. Vision Pyro. These are like unlockable voice lines. That's actually kind of neat. Looks like that's stuff you get from just playing the game as opposed to stuff that you have to buy. Maybe there's also stuff you can buy.
Windblade!
These monsters have been getting too close to the city recently. My task this time is to clear out their camp.
So is this game structured like a Diablo game? Are there like, you know, hub cities where I can encounter other players and I can like group up in a lobby with other players to fight multiplayer content, but otherwise I'm mostly in a solo instance? I wish I could switch the A and B buttons, just kind of generally. Pyro attacks and cause enemies affected by pyro. Triggers an elemental reaction. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah. It's one of the things that I'm just kind of used to dealing with from fans of free-to-play games. Will be like, oh, well, you can earn everything without spending money. And it's like, oh, well, sure. The problem is I'm always going to be doing the math on how many hours of gameplay versus how many of hours working at McDonald's, right? And usually in like the vast majority of games, that math is not even slightly competitive. Because it depends on if it's like structured in such a way that you want to play the game that amount, and so you're getting it for free, and you're not really missing out on things you can do due to not having unlocks yet. But
Nothing to it. Though I've gotta say, you surprised me a little with your moves there. Thanks for the backup.
yeah, the game
How'd
feels
it feel?
really good.
Now that you mention it, how is it the hilly trails ended up here? These creatures don't seem like the type to set up camp so close to
The
cities
most fun
like
way to
this.
play it is to spend lots of money on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's more normal for them to be much further out in the wilderness. But because the dragon, Storm Terror, has been around a lot more recently, our orchards have been destroyed, and the local market
That's what
has been
bums me out
affected as
about it.
well.
It's like
When the storms hit,
it's
we
the way
usually
the
end up with at least a
structure
few injuries, so the
corrupts the
Knights
rest of the
Favonius have been
game in
tied
ways
up
it doesn't
doing the
need
best
to.
they can to defend the area.
So these annoying creatures have been getting closer and closer to the city?
Exactly. That said, clearing this camp helped make the area a little bit safer. Come with me. A responsible knight must make sure to see you to the city safely.
Ah, fair enough, sir. Gotta get your bag.
These will come in handy.
Imagine they're hiring, right? That's part of what makes me sad about it, is because like there's clearly like, you know, artistic intent behind this game. It's a lot of people who just want to make something good, and like I assure you that none of the people involved in making the game look really pretty and make the controls feel really good and making the enemy design look neat and making the world and all that. None of those people give a shit about the way it's monetized, right? It's just that's the way that they get their bag so that the game can get made. That bums me out. I could aim with the left stick while I'm holding this down. I guess I can still move. So I can like combine elements, sort of. Yeah, exactly. Feeling of ickiness. This is meant to teach me these guys are above my level range. I'm not really intended to be fighting them here. That was cool though. Been combined with fire. Right on. Reminds me of like Magicka.
I'll keep this close.
I guess the free-to-play model feels less gross when it's like a multiplayer game, or not like a PvP game, right? Like an Overwatch or something like that. Like I still am not the biggest fan of it in a case like that, but like because there's a strong institutional incentive to not make it pay to win, and it's just paying for cosmetics and stuff, you can still kind of experience the game as intended, and it doesn't have those kind of fucked up downstream impacts.
What should I cook next? Oh, are you travelers from around here as well?
No, we just happened to be passing by. What are you cooking? Smells good!
I see. Welcome, travelers. I'm Lynn, the survival expert of the Adventurers Guild. As you can see, I'm experimenting with some new recipes. Eat before you go. The first rule in the Wilderness Survival Guide.
Picnic? Oh, Paimon just loves picnics! My travel partner here is good at cooking as well.
I love cooking too. I can only cook a few simple dishes.
That's okay. Let's see what you can do. You won't get a lot of chances like this to learn from a survival expert. There are some mushrooms and meat in the barrel over there. Try making a chicken mushroom skewer for me.
That's cool. I think the looting interface is like really clean. It is Breath of the Wild, okay. Oh, there's a mini game to it. That's cute. Didn't realize that I was getting a mini game until. Perfect. Is that like training a skill or something? Right stick, okay.
Is it done? Mmm, smells good. Let me try.
My sister-in-law and her husband were showing me this free-to-play Star Wars Overwatch game on the Switch that I wish wasn't free-to-play because it seems kind of
Now
cool. It
that's
actually has
really
like pay-to-win
tasty.
aspects to it, which is
You're
awful.
indeed gifted.
Paimon told you
Like one of the
so.
characters is
With
two
your culinary
Jawas standing on
skills,
each other's
you should
shoulders.
try more difficult dishes. Oh, I've got some raw ingredients.
Shame
in
to
my
have
bag.
that destroyed
Have them in
by
return for this meal.
free-to-play.
Can we really have them? Won't you run out of ingredients?
That's okay. You should be able to find lots of ingredients when exploring the wilderness. Don't forget to look carefully. There's also a restaurant in Mondstadt known as Good Hunter that sells food and ingredients. Go have a look when you've got the time.
I'm surprised this is voice acted.
Thank you for the info. Hey, leave some chicken mushroom skewers for Paimon.
Never go adventuring on an empty stomach.
What's your rank 4? I think my only complaint so far with the core loop is I do feel like I'm getting kind of loot spammed a little bit, but maybe when I actually have to sit down and figure out what I want to use, it'll be more obvious what is and isn't relevant to me. I appreciate that there's no encumbrance limit or inventory limit. That would make it quite a bit more annoying. Gotta figure out what every Google fob does, right? Yeah. Something like paying for stash tabs doesn't really bother me, especially if it's like I'm just kicking some money to the game. If you do a thing where if I kick roughly $60 to the game, then it's broadly playable, whatever. I'd still rather they not, but it's fine.
Travelers under the protection of the Knights of Favonius, welcome to Mondstadt.
Finally, no more having to camp outdoors. But the city folk don't look too cheery.
Everyone's been put out of place by storm terror recently. But everything will turn out fine as long as Jean's with us.
Jean?
Acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, Jean, Defender of Mondstadt. With Jean on our side, surely even the vicious storm terror will be no match for us.
Sounds like someone pretty impressive.
Before I take you guys to the Knights of Favonius headquarters, I have a present for you, Traveler. It's a reward for helping me clear out that Hilichurl camp.
Hey! Why doesn't Paimon get a reward?
Because this reward is useless to you, Paimon. But I'll treat you to a traditional Mondstadt delicacy, sticky honey roast.
Sticky honey roast!
Come with me. We'll head to the city's, high ground.
Now, I'm only 28 minutes in, but so far the grown waifu aspect is not as bad as I was led to believe through cultural osmosis, so my expectations were like in the fucking gutter, right? I was thinking everyone was gonna look like Ivy from Soul Calibur.
Except for the local tavern near the city wall.
Trying to be fair to the product.
If anything, their business is better than ever.
Actually, the character designs are kind of cool looking. I don't know why this gives me trouble. Okay, I need to make a note about that right now for future Marstead because I will not remember. I'm going to start my future Marstead text file. Genshin Impact to access FB wheel menu, hold LB, do not let go, then move right stick and let go. Okay. Why does it want me to teleport? It's understood. Like, I want to stay in town, right? Teleport waypoint. Maybe it was just it wanted to teach me it from earlier and I hadn't passed the thing yet. Okay, that's fine. Oh, there are skins that are like that. I see. Okay, it's like left of me. Oh god. You're gonna take a while to get used to. Let me go on the menu here. Is there a switch to A and B buttons? Because I feel like that would be a common request for controller. Confirm cancel. Thank you. Whew. Okay. Significant improvement. I do like that they have the climbing thing. I feel like that's really hard to include. Like, you really have to test your entire game in order for that to work. I'm kind of impressed by that. I love how many, like, euphemisms the fandom community has for, like, perverted or, like, objectifying. Oh, it's fan servicey. So there's only one kind of fan. Here we go.
So, the present I want to give you is a wind
Male
glider.
gazy.
Outriders use them to ride the wind, and the people of Mondstadt love using them too. I brought you here to give it to you, so you can experience it right away.
Oh, you're really excited about these wind gliders, huh?
Well, that's because the wind is the heart and soul of Mondstadt. Alrighty then, enough talk. Let's
Have
give it a
at you.
whirl. It's easy to use, but you still need to pay
Oh, is this
attention to my
gonna be
instructions.
like a parachute? That's fun. Glider. Dangerous. Proceed carefully. That's cool. I had heard the Breath of the Wild comparisons, but I thought it was literally just like it's a big world with pretty bright colors. I didn't realize it had like gliding and climbing. It's pretty neat, and cooking. It feels like it's its own thing. Like it feels inspired. This came out not long after Breath of the Wild.
The sky.
put some work into these cutscenes too. This game is significantly more polished than I had in my mind. I had heard it was like pretty good, but I wasn't under the impression it was pretty good for a free-to-play gacha game. In this case, I think it's actually helped by me coming in with like rock bottom expectations. Oh, that's a dragon.
Huh? How are you staying afloat like this with just a wind glider?
It's unexpected.
The power of 1,000 winds. Now, concentrate. See yourself grasping the wind. Harness its
Oh,
energy.
well, that's unexpected. That's kind of cool. Oh, they're struggling to make it work in the engine though. Gotcha. I love when games try to do shit like this that the game's not really designed for from the ground up. It kind of works.
Are you hurt?
WoW does a lot of trying to do a thing in their engine that doesn't really work, but kind of gives the impression of working.
You've actually got
I
the
enjoy
power
it.
to go up against the dragon. Are you a new ally? Or a new storm?
Storm Terror is attacking Mondstadt itself! Kaya, Traveler, you've come at the right time. We must...
Hold on, Amber. Are you perhaps
Traveler.
forgetting to introduce us?
Oh, right. This is Kaya, our cavalry captain. These two are travelers from afar.
From afar. Is that all we know of them?
Long story short...
I see. Welcome
see.
to Mondstadt. Though you haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. I understand the anguish of being separated from family. I'm not really sure why you're looking for the Animo God. Oh, but everyone has their secrets, right? Relax. I won't press you for more. First and foremost, on behalf of the Knights of Favonius, I would like to extend
Yeah, I
our
can't tell if it's
thanks
like a
to you for your
positional
help
audio
just now.
problem where they're like louder based on how close I am to them.
Your fight to defend the city against the dragon just now was witnessed by no small number of citizens. The acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius is also very interested in meeting you, and formally invites you both to our headquarters.
Cool. I feel like the cutscenes are a good length in this. Like, this is definitely a territory where your game could be really cringy by just having way too much fucking dialogue about stuff that's kind of inconsequential. That command feels so weird to do. We'll get used to it eventually. I don't know what it wants me to do on the character screen there, but I'm just gonna ignore it for now, I guess.
This seems to be the Knights of Favonius headquarters. Let's head in.
Adventure rank the same thing as character level, or are they two different things? Primo gem times 20.
Jean, what's the hurry? I thought we agreed to meet them here.
There have been sightings of storm terror outside the city. Once we meet, we must...
Relax. I'll lend a hand when the time comes.
Jean, I've brought them.
Sorry, time to go live.
And once it was over, I brought them straight here.
Mondstadt welcomes you, Windborn travelers. I am Jean, acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. This is Lisa, our resident librarian.
Oh, are you sweeties here to help us out? You're both so adorable. Sadly, the timing is regrettable. Storm Terror has caused quite a ruckus in the region since its recent resurgence. Simply put, Mondstadt's elemental sphere and ley lines are now akin to a yarn ball in the paws of a kitten.
That sounds bad.
For a mage, it couldn't get much worse. My skin is one elemental particle away from a full-blown breakout.
If it weren't for this interference, the Knights of Favonius would have better ways to help you than just putting up missing person posters. We simply ask that you repose in Mondstadt while we help you seek out your sister.
Where's the inn?
Hey, don't be such a slug. We should be a part of this too.
Good. In that case, we need a plan.
With Storm Terror now directly attacking Mondstadt, we may have an opportunity to cut this problem off at the source. Lisa has revealed the sources of Storm Terror's power with her detection magic.
Is that so?
They're located in the abandoned Four Winds temples. Storm Terror's ability to whip up these kinds of storms
That's kind of cool.
can be attributed to it drawing power from the temples.
Our objective is to deal with 3 of the 4 temples. I trust everyone understands why we are only dealing with 3.
Paimon doesn't.
Knights of Favonius, time is against us. The storm is rampant. There's no point in maintaining a defensive position. All right, we need to take initiative and act before the situation escalates.
Shop. Let the stardust and star glitter take shape and grant you new power. Wish upon the sky. Nope. Nope. Yeah, great.
From now on, the adventures will probably get more and more dangerous. We should make sure we're prepared. We could start by going to Mondstadt's blacksmith.
You could start. XP materials. Ooh. Ooh, don't like that. Not a fan of that. So is there somewhere I can go to access my like journal? Unlock tutorials. Quests? Sharpening the axe won't hinder the work. Oh, they have an Aloy crossover with this game? It's funny. Hey, you little breadcrumbs. Excuse me.
There's the blacksmith.
What? Over there. Take your pick. Or if you need something else, I can make it on request.
Kind of blown away at how basically everything is voice acted.
Of course. I sell weapons, make them to order, and do refinements. All in the job description for a blacksmith. All you need is the ore.
Where can I get ore from?
Anywhere. Everywhere. You look confused. Listen, I'll tell you where the nearest deposits are. Bring some back and I'll help you forge what you need. No need. I have other things to do.
He seems like a short-tempered guy. Was it something we said?
Okay, pushing the left stick to turn those up. Gotcha. This actually seems like a pretty cool world to explore. It doesn't have the usual, oh, I didn't realize that about swimming. Some open worlds I'll encounter, I'll be like, I don't give a shit about this at all. I have no interest in seeing what's around the corner. Here, I actually kind of want to see where they put here. So I guess water can be used as a way to block your progress or filter your progress, at least until they give you an upgrade that lets you swim more for longer. That's cool though. Or do I have to attack it with a weapon? Okay. Yeah, exactly. Really want to like let go of left bumper when I'm in that menu.
What do you want?
Got the iron junks.
Oh, yes. I'd forgotten about that. These are okay, I guess. Should be able to salvage something from them.
Ooh, oh, salvage time, minutes, potentially hours. Yeah, that's something, a game that this kind of reminds me of in terms of it being kind of a high potential, but me being bummed about it being free to play is Warframe. Warframe seems like such a cool game, and it's just constantly sending me like repulsion signals, right? Turn it off, don't play it, it's bad, but then it's like, no, it's good actually. There's some cool things going on here. Okay, let's see. I guess there's really only the one thing I can make the enhancement or claim. Weapon XP material gives 400 XP. Okay.
If you ever find ore in the future, you can always come and
There's so
see
much
me.
like beautiful work in
Ideally, when I'm not
Warframe.
busy. A blacksmith's work takes focus and concentration. It does not take small talk with customers. When the craft is good, business is good. It's all there is to this trade, and anyone who tells you different is trying to con you. Now, if there's nothing else, I'll carry on with my work.
I think the idea of having like crafting jobs that you set and forget like Farmville is like rotten to its core. Like I think it works in RuneScape, but it works because there's no way to like pay to speed it up, right? Make this go away, basically. Can, okay. Quests. Winds of the Past. Wait a day to get your shiny new toy, unless... I guess if I want to use that, I have to go to character, weapons, enhance, auto add. God. Just seeing it, that it's literally just a little number. Oh, that hurts me. I think the thing that would make me like not want to keep playing this game, even if I was ignoring the gacha stuff and the microtransaction stuff entirely, would be this, the idea that like the math hasn't really been thought out, that it's like you just kind of have to pay to keep up with the Joneses to make your sword do a reasonable amount of damage to an on-level enemy. I hate that shit. It feels so bad and so gross. I hate it even in just like normal MMOs, but...
This is it. One of the deserted temples of the Four Winds. These temples have been left to waste for years now. The people of Mondstadt almost never come
Experience
here.
points were a mistake.
There's a chance there's a monster nest or hilitrol camp inside. Even Storm Terror has given up on its own temple. Yes. I also find it hard to accept, but Storm Terror was once one of the Four Winds.
Huh?
Nani?
Wait, did you just feel that?
Or... Shema.
The wind here. Something's off. Let's go in and take a look. Be careful. The dragon's power is disturbing this area. Everyone in Mondstadt is still getting blown about by the storm. Every second we waste is a mark against the name of Favonia.
Okay. Deep within the Temple of the Falcon. Windy Cliff, level 20. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, interesting. It's like a Fortnite screen. Okay, we only have like 9 minutes left, but I'll mess around in here and see what it's like.
You can use that console to open
Why
the
does
door.
it say trial for Amber? I not actually unlocked her as a character.
Wow, I can see so far into the temple.
Okay, that's cool. I know this game had like dungeons, like Zelda-y dungeons. That's kind of cool. Absurd amount of food. See the elemental attributes of different objects. Each element has its own color. Venus Dendro. Ah, okay, that's kind of cool. That's left D-pad. Oh, that's kind of neat. I need to put that in my future Marstead notes. I probably won't remember that. So LB plus left D-pad equals Tomb Raider vision, but for elements. Right on. I assume all the characters in this game are not equally viable. Like, even if there's one you really like, if they're not considered high tier, then they're useless. Oh yeah, he burned his little shield. That's neat. Literal.
prepared my secret weapon, explosive puppet Barrett Bunny.
What? The aiming is a little janky on the controller. You have to hold the B button and then also move the right stick, so you kind of have to do like a little claw. How does saving in this game work? If I just like stop playing, as I can remember exactly where I was, or put me outside? Shh.
Are those explosive barrels over there?
Hell yeah.
Well, one shot should be able to blow them up.
Oh, the aiming is so janky. Everything else about the game feels really good. I don't know if that's just like a key binding problem. If I could move that to right trigger, maybe it would feel better. They do a thing where like they leash and recover all their health, it looks like.
Windblade.
It's so high. Seems like there's something up there.
But how do we get across? Isn't this a
Oh, cute.
If we hit it with a powerful pyro attack, we might trigger it.
Dragon's breath. Is that where the power's coming from? Great, let's smash it. Phew, I'm tired. But at least this way we've helped Jean out.
Yeah.
In the past, we were at least able to defend the city and keep it safe. This, of course, is mostly thanks to
These
Jean.
dungeons authored, or is there any kind of randomization aspect to them?
But now with Storm Terror directly attacking the city itself, the winds change. So too should our tactics.
Sounds deep.
It's what Lisa likes to say. Speaking of which, the 4 winds we were discussing earlier, if you want to learn more about our history, you can ask Lisa. I'm not saying I don't know our history. It's just, I mean, a librarian is supposed to be more knowledgeable than an outrider, right?
Challenge completed. Perfect timing. Yeah, so I didn't hate this game. It seems like it's playable enough without engaging with any of the gacha crap that maybe if someone wanted to add it to the voting spreadsheet or keep it on subblock, I could conceivably play through the main story and maybe have a decent time with it. It looks really pretty. The controls are pretty good. It feels pretty smooth. It's way higher effort than I was expecting it to be. I'm super bummed that it's a gacha game because I do feel the little, bursts of being repulsed every now and then by the gacha elements intruding on the gameplay. But yeah, it's neat. I don't hate it. Thanks for sharing, Guy Smiley.